Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's look is going to be this summer inspired, colorful kind of eye. I recently ordered some single shadows from ColourPop, and one of the shadows that came in was this like super pretty super pretty yellow eyeshadow, and I really wanted to do something with it. Obviously, I'm like really into yellows right now, and I wanted to put it all over my lid. So I came up with this look right here. I've seen something similar floating around Pinterest, I think. So it kind of gave me inspirational kind of vibes. So that's when I came up with this look right here. I really hope you guys enjoy this look. This eye is a little bit trickier than some of the eye looks that I've done, as in like technique wise. It's not so simple, but once you get it, it's simple, if that makes any kind of sense. This was actually my first time trying this technique, and I actually really like it for cut creases. I normally do cut creases very differently, but this cut crease right here was really fun for me because it was something new that I did. So I hope you guys enjoy this look. Let me know if you guys want to see some different kind of videos down below, what you guys want to see. And if you aren't subscribed, please hit that little button down below before you go. Join my little family, and let's just jump right into the video. Hey guys, so as you guys can see, one of my eyes are already done with this really pretty, gorgeous, colorful summery eye. So to start off the other eye, I'm going to be jumping into this Nubian 2 palette by Juvias Place. And I'm going to be taking this really dark chocolate color called Kenya. And we're basically going to be working backwards today for this look. So you want to take a sharp pencil brush, a bullet pencil brush to be precise. I'm using a Morphe M560, and you're going to begin to carve out that cut crease, basically following the crease and creating a half moon. And you want to go in with this brush because you want everything to be very precise and very sharp. And also this bullet pencil brush really picks up a lot of product and packs it on really well. So I know it looks crazy now, but you guys just have to trust me that the end process is going to look amazing. So once we're done really carving that out, I'm going to go in with a bigger, fluffier pencil brush just to really buff everything out. And this is an E18. So basically this is a clean brush, and you're just going to go in and just buff out all that dark brown that you just laid down with that other brush. And you're basically going to be going back and forth doing these steps over and over until you get the intensity that you want with that cut crease. I know it seems a little bit tedious, but the reason why you go back and forth and building up that color is because once you buff it out, you lose a little bit of the intensity, but buffing it out really allows it to have that really pretty blended effect. So here I'm adding a little bit more brown and then going back in and buffing it out once again. So now going into the Nubian 2 palette, again, I am going to pick up a different brush. This one is still a really small, precise blending brush. It's just a little bit more fluffier. And I'm going to be picking up the color Morocco, and then this red terracotta color from the Juvias Place Masquerade palette. So this is an M562 brush, and you're just going to place those orange and red colors right above that brown. So you're really basically beginning to just really blend out and smoke out this eye. You're just, like I said, you're working backwards. Instead of starting with like your first transition color and all that kind of stuff, you're starting with the deeper colors and then working out into your lighter colors. So what this is doing right here is you're really just taking that brown and just really beginning to smoke it out. So once you are done with that, we're going to pick up a bigger, fluffier brush, and this is a Morphe R37. And you're going to pick up those same two colors that we were just working with and just really begin to blow it out a little bit higher, just taking this eye look and just really smoking it out and really blowing it outwards and upwards. Again, like I said, this eye look is very tedious, and you're just going to be going back and forth repeating the same steps over. So once we have really blown out those orange colors, I'm going to go back in with that brown once again and begin to deepen it up a little bit more, just because every time that you really blow it out and smoke it out, you lose a little bit of that brown intensity, which is why I go back and forth repeating the same steps over and over until I get the exact intensity that I want. But I promise you guys, I know it seems like it's taking forever, but once you get the hang of this technique, I promise you it's so easy to really create this cut crease. So you're just going back in with all the brushes that we just used and just really blowing everything out and smoking it out. Now I'm going to go in with the clean blending brush. This is a Morphe M330. It's clean, and the reason I'm doing that is because since it's clean, it's going to really blend out all those edges without making anything really muddy or making those colors like drag upwards where they're not supposed to be. So I like using a clean blending brush for that reason. So now going in to cut the crease, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Fair. And you only need a little bit. As you can see right here on my hand, I barely have anything. And I'm going to take a flat shader brush and begin to pack that all over my lid and really carve out your lid space. And again, this is also really good too, especially when working with a matte lid color. A lot of mattes, when you try to pack them all over their lid, They don't really show up too intense, but when you put a concealer or any kind of base underneath the matte, it really allows that color to really shine through. And honestly, it's not only with mattes, it's with shimmers as well, which is why this yellow looks so defined and so precise, is because of that concealer. So now going in with this single press shadow from ColourPop, this is called Tiki, and I love this yellow. It's not like an electric yellow, it's more of like a muted out yellow, which is what I love about it so much. So I'm going in with that same packing brush that we just used to carve out our lid, and I'm just packing this yellow all onto the lid. Then once we have really packed on that yellow and really carved everything out, to sharpen things up a little bit more, I'm going to go back into that bullet pencil brush and I'm going to begin to carve it out once again and just blend it into the yellow. By doing this, you're kind of just going over the edges to making sure that everything's very sharp and very defined. You're going to see I'm going to go back in with the yellow again. This is just, I guess you can say, like touching up and cleaning everything up. Now we're going to go in with the smaller pencil brush. This is like an eyeliner brush from Sigma. It's an E05. I'm going to take a little bit more of that Kenya, and on this brush it really packs it on and it really deepens it up, and because it's so little, it allows you to get in all those small little, I guess you could say, like crevices, and really sharpen the line up. Then I'm going to go back in with that smaller blending brush, take a little bit more of those two orange colors, blend it above that brown, just to make sure we don't have any harsh lines or any rough edges. This eye look is really all about just really taking your time and just really making sure you're blending out and making sure everything looks very good and very clean and not muddy looking. So I'm going back in with that clean blending brush and just finishing it up. I'm going to go ahead and add some eyeliner and falsies, and then I went ahead and I skipped the foundation and my whole face routine because you guys see me do that all the time. But I'm going to go in to highlight my inner corners and my brow bone real quick. And I'm using the Solstice highlighting palette from Sleek Makeup to highlight underneath my brow bone. This has become my new ultimate brow bone highlight. And now for contour, I'm going to go into this LA Girl Pro Concealer in Beautiful Bronze. I know you guys have seen me do this plenty of times, but this is actually a new color that I just picked up. And I love this color. It really is exactly what it's called, a beautiful bronze color. That's exactly what it does. It kind of contours you, but it really bronzes up your skin a lot, and I love these concealers to really contour and bronze up your skin. They blend out so easily, and honestly the little squirting like brush at the end makes it so easy and so precise to apply. So I'm going to be applying this on my cheekbones, underneath my jawline, just with whatever was left over from my cheekbones. And then I'm going to apply this to my forehead. And then I'm going to use this to contour my nose as well. You can see as I'm blending it out that it literally just melts into your skin. I usually use the shade Toast, but I actually really like this shade better. I don't know why. I feel like it's a mixture between warm and cool. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's literally like the perfect neutral shade. I don't feel like you can be light skin tone for this color. I do feel like you need to be a light to medium or medium skin tone to use this shade. So I'm using this to contour my nose. I'm going to blend that out, and then once we are done with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to highlight. Okay, so now that we are done blending that out, I'm going to go into the Sephora Luminizing Drops. And I haven't set my face yet, so that's why I'm going in with all my creams first. And I'm going to apply this to the high points of my cheekbones, just as a base for our highlight. I love using this technique, especially with the highlighter that I'm going in later with, because both of these together are literally a dream together. They're so pretty. So I'm putting this on my chin, my cupid's bow, on my nose, and a little bit on my forehead. Once we are done blending all that out, I'm going to go in with Becca's Old School but a Goodie Opal. I love this highlighter. I forgot how pretty it is, and especially on top of these drops, it's so pretty and it's so beaming without being like crazy beaming, but it's like so pretty. Right here, as you can tell, I went a little bit too ham because I forgot how bright this shows up on top of that cream highlight. So I went in on top of it with the Beauty Blender just to blend it into my skin a little bit more. But since we haven't gone in with any powders yet, that highlight will be toned down a little bit. So I'm placing this on all the places that I placed that liquid, and then now going in to set my face, I'm going in with DERMABLEND setting powder in the shade Cool Beige. I'm going to go into my under eyes real quick and make sure I don't have any fine lines because that concealer was sitting there for a while. Once we do that, I'm going to go ahead and set everything using that Cool Beige loose setting powder. And you want to make sure you don't go over that highlight because that makes everything like defeat the purpose. So you just kind of want to go around that. So once I have set everything, I'm going to go in with the big fluffy blending brush and just go ahead and swipe wipe it all over my face to lightly set the rest of my face. Once my face is set, you guys can probably guess what I'm going to go in with later. I'm going to go in with this Alexis Ren ColourPop Duo. This bronzer is just life, guys. I can't get over it. And I'm going to really lightly go over everywhere where we place that beautiful Bronze Pro Concealer just to set everything and just really bring a little bit more color to my face. You don't have to set it. Honestly, I'm just a little bit extra and I just like to set it, but it is what it is. As you can tell, I'm like going in very lightly and it's not making too much of a difference. It just makes me feel better about my life, okay? So next I'm going to go into this Knockout Duo, again by ColourPop. This is honestly my favorite blush right now. Like, this beats Milani's Luminoso because of how light and peachy and like pinky this is. It just brings you such a nice color to your face. I can't get over it. It's so pretty. So once we're done adding blush, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with this Milani Make It Last setting spray. I love this setting spray, guys. You guys have to go buy it, and it's only like $8. It's so worth it. So now for the under eyes, I'm going to take this Rimmel Eye Kohl in black and line my lower waterline with this. I'm not a big fan of eyeliner underneath, but I do feel like when I have a wing liner and something as dramatic as this look and as intense, that I need a little bit of the eyeliner underneath. So I'm going to take that sleek Solstice highlight, the same one that we use for our brow bones, and place it in our inner corners. And honestly, I love this highlight for my inner corner, but I wasn't feeling it. So I went ahead into this color from the Nubian 2 palette. I think it's called Nabari, I don't know how to say it, and I just toned down the silvery in that color with a little bit more of that yellow, and I felt like it brought the whole look together. So now for my under eye, I'm going to take a blending pencil brush with that Morocco shade. This is a R41, and I'm just going to blend this shade all the way across my lower lash line, just really building up the intensity of that orange. And then once we are done with that, I'm going to go into a red, like a brick red color from the Masquerade palette, and this is called Ada. And I'm going to take that same blending brush, that Morphe one, and just go ahead and buff that on top of that orange color. This is really kind of mimicking what we have in our crease already. And then a technique that I use for this eye look, I'm going to use this clean blending brush now. This is a Sigma E70, and I'm just going to really go back and forth and buffing that out. And what it did was it really smoked out my lower lash line and drug it downwards without it being too crazy. Now with the flat definer brush, I am going to take Kenya from the Nubian 2 palette, which is that dark brown that we used in our crease, and I'm going to line my entire waterline, and then go in with that clean blending brush and just buff everything out again, and then that completes the under eye. I'm going to take some L'Oreal Lash Paradise Voluminous Mascara and coat my lashes with this, and then on to lips. And by the way, guys, you guys need to test out that mascara because it is amazing. So now lining my lips, I'm using Jordana's Rockin' Rose. This is honestly probably my favorite lip liner. I use this for almost all my nudes. It's amazing. All her lip liners are honestly amazing, and I think you can find it at Walgreens. So once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this Kim Kardashian and Kylie collab. It's a cream liquid lip, and this one's called Kimberly. And I didn't want to do a colored lip because honestly the eyes were so intense, so I wanted to do something really nude, and I thought this was going to be really glossy, but it honestly wasn't as glossy as I wanted it. So I went in with the ColourPop I Love Serahi collab in the shade Curvy for lip gloss, and honestly this brought it to the level that I wanted it to. It was so pretty and so glossy. I love that lip gloss. So I hope you guys enjoyed this eye look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this new technique. Let me know what you guys think down below and what you guys want to see next. And if you aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that little button down below before you go. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.